I stumbled into art of living. Um, actually, there are two parts to it. The first part is when I thought this is for old people, courses like meditation and things like that, and kept deleting the email about art of living until I had I went through a bout of depression because of stress. And this was in 1998, I guess. Yeah, and I was determined to go off meds because meds is not something which you can take for life to keep yourself happy. And then I recognized, oh, okay, this might be a solution. Let me try the course. And once I did the Kriya, there was such a vast difference. It was like, I know it's a phrase commonly heard, but it was day and night difference. So it was a totally new me. That same thing which I mentioned earlier, the stress being thrown out and the mind being tranquil was I experienced for the first time, and I caught hold of that and did my practices, and that was the first biggest blessing I recognized in my life. And the suffering which I felt earlier because of this person and that person, all that vanished and became gratitude to that person, whoever I was initially thinking that because of them I was in a mess. So that was one thing. And then in 2004, of course, I got over the medication within 6 months of doing my practices. And so I always almost tell this life story of mine to my participants. So if anybody has this issue of depression, they would come to me, and we would discuss more on how to be able to go past it. The other thing came when in 2004 I was um, told by the doctors that I had a tumor on my pancreas, and which is supposed to be one of um, the deadliest of cancers, I heard. And my children were quite small at that time. They were less than 10 years old, I guess. And we knew into Art of Living, and I sent an email to Gurudev requesting blessings and please take care of this. And so when I went for my endoscopy, which was a month later after the diagnosis of the tumor, and they needed to check through an endoscope. That is when the previous night Gurudev comes in my dream, and I instantly knew that that was his way of blessing me, that all things will be fine. And so the next day I walk in with big smiles into the center for the endoscopy. And Raghu was wondering, all these days she was she was worrying about it. She's so fine now. And lo and behold, the doctor said that we don't see anything. They double checked and said, there's nothing. There's no tumor. So that was a big blessing.